Okay, so welcome everyone to this chilled, intimate podcast. We're just here to share some insights, some views on life. Okay, so what do we have to talk about today? So, guys, first, let me explain you the concept of this podcast. So, I really believe that we need to spend more time moving. That's very important, but also more time just doing nothing and not being upset with our thoughts, but actually find a good fluffy chair and just sit comfortable with your thoughts. I think that's one of the secrets of life, that together with good sleep and good rest to you guys today. And I'm very happy to be here with you. It's just in a more intimate way. It's something that I really like, is to think, to reflect, and we have the possibility here to do it in a safe place. And just, I know I share my thoughts with you, and you reflect back your thoughts to me. I think it will be a very interesting thing. And if we can, unleash a ball of light, or even, I would say, growth, enlightenment to the world, it all starts within us, right? So we gotta do the work. And if we can share it, one view or two views, if it resonates with you, I'm already happy. So let's get into that. So, today I was actually talking with a friend, with a former colleague of a coaching course I did, and we were doing a session. And I realized some very interesting things, even with myself, that I feel there's two wills in life, So, and I hope it will make sense while I explain. So we have the will of action and the will of inaction, and I'm sure you will understand this. So, the amount of energy and time you need to spend to start moving something, it's huge, because you don't know how to do it. You don't have enough experience. You need to think more, spend more energy. But once it keeps on moving, it feels more natural. You don't even need to think or remember, I need to do this. It comes automatically to you. And while you're doing, it's also more automatic. So, especially when you are in a flow state, right? When you don't have so much noise in your head, things are just easier, right? So guess what we are doing, not only with social media, but with life in general. We are just, and especially with screen time. So I hope this screen time will be useful for you, but I also have a disclaimer. Please consume it, but also try to consume content more appropriate. So, and do as I did, I just started to remove distractions. You know what I mean? Because I'm already a distracted person myself. As you see by this speech, my mind is everywhere, too many things, and I don't have two mouths, right? So I can't speak two things at the same time. So I just, sometimes a bit stormy. I'm sorry. And I can get lost. So, but you see, I already get lost because it was too many things at the same time. But when we are consuming too much screen, it only gets worse. You know what I mean? It consumes space. It's just noise. So one of the best key takes about life is do less. Less is more. Because, how many times happened to you, you have free time in your life, and then that free time, you ended up, actually, you filled up with stuff. You had to do stuff, or clean up the house, or cook, or do your laundry, or whatever, right? There's infinite tasks to do, so free time is never enough, and it's too precious. And then something else that's very precious is our attention. And if you go to social media and you do doom scrolling and you see, I don't know, memes, news, motivational videos, music, I don't know, you get overstimulated. And not only you get overstimulated, you get your senses all broken, you don't even know where to look. And you stop listening to yourself. So I'm very thankful that you're listening to me, but please listen to yourself first. What I say, what other people say, doesn't matter that much. What really matters is what you really feel and what you really believe. And please try to listen to those feelings, to those emotions, and follow them. And for example, today I had a perfect example. During this session, I was having a struggle of inaction. Like there's many things I want to do, and I was not. There are big chunks, and when I think of doing them, I get a bit stuck. So I don't do them, and I go through the easier tasks. So when I have this question, what are the three things I value the most, or I would like to do the most? I have this. It literally, I was not joking. I have this pain going through my shoulder, which I am having for quite a while. I thought it was more due to pull up, it's due to being a bit heavy on exercise. But then I see maybe it's also part of the reason. But then some of the pains are just signs of our bodies trying to express. It's like a portal trying to communicate something to you. So so I feel what I became like a click, like this pain just came during these things, during this question of three things I want to do. And I feel I have many things I want to do. Some are big, and I just need to remove some of those and really focus. So I have a lighter bag. It's like, it's like you're going to form a pilgrim journey. Imagine you want to take everything with you, right? You want to take your books, you want to take, useful things that you like. I don't know, even a foam roller, a computer, a power bank, phone, watch, infinite, right? Name it. But then, if you carry all of that with you, what you will end up? With a back pain, right? It will be too heavy to move. It will slow you down. You'll do less. You'll be tired easier. And then you'll just end with pain. And then this is chronic if you do it ever, right? So, just go minimal. Put only the essentials and follow them. So then you can literally go to where you want to be. So I have this pain because then I realized I was carrying too many things with me. Then I need to let go. That's a bit of my journey. And not only letting go what's not needed, but prioritize what is needed. That's very, very essential. And then when it comes to this wheel of action, it's harder to move a heavy wheel, right? To start and to push, 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 push. But then when this wheel is moving, it's actually the opposite. Then it's harder to stop it, That's why bad habits, it also applies to bad habits. That's why when a bad habit is going, it's much, much, much easier to just do it, right? And to quit it, it's very, very, very hard to put a brake on a fucking big wheel, right? Then it will require lots of energy, determination, right? So, it's the same. We should do both, right? So both are actually really, really important. So in my case, I need to put some energy of this wheel of action to then become just more natural. And just thinking to make it move, I just think in past experience that I did the same and gave me much joy. And then think on the outcomes that will give it to me, which is more about, to be honest, connection is, I don't want to be viral. I just I'm doing this even more for myself. I find it real fun. And if I can share my fun and some of my insights and it makes sense to someone else, it's already a win, So and it also made me remember of a dream as a kid of like being a radio host, and I'm very joyful and I love to talk and I don't know, just be in the moment. And I think being in the moment is so rare. And if you're possible to do that, share that flow, that exact moment with another soul, it's magical, it's like it changes the aura of everything, so, and through creativity, you can access that, I think, easier, you know what I mean? It's a very, not easier, but it's a very good tool to access the present moment, to connect just within yourself right here, right now, and the rest doesn't matter, you know what I mean? It's just a creative process. It can even be a shit thing, it's normal. Like all the amazing artists wrote lyrics that suck, musics that are really bad, but it's a part, and with with even the bad pieces of an art, some light will come in the middle, you know. And the more you do, the better you'll get at getting these like not talent, but like whips of like even a bit supernatural, you know. You don't even know where did that thought came from, you know what I mean? But I think it came because you were just aligned, completely aligned. Yeah, and when you are aligned, things just flow, and with flow, magic happens. You know what I mean? And I don't want to sound too coachy, or you know what I mean? But yeah, it is a bit what it is. And yeah, that's the thing. And then you have the wheel of inaction. With this wheel of action, you also have another wheel. It's the wheel of inaction. So it's more about procrastination. So also, and it's interesting, the more you are postponing something, the easier it gets to postpone it. You know what I mean? So I realize sometimes I have these like kind of list of tendencies, and I kind of tend on postponing. It just feels natural to postpone them after a while, right? But then, I don't know, one day I'm more energized, or I slept, I napped, so, and I have time, like comes this perfect environment, I just do them and I destroy them all together. And then I'm like, then in the end, I was like, oh, why did I postpone this for so long? It's actually not that hard. So this actually makes me go towards talk about perfection. Because literally, what I just told you, this kind of creative flow state, I feel that's perfection. So we do things on the opposite side. We try to create perfection, like time, mood, correct time, correct mood, correct sleep, I don't know, name it, to start to execute, sorry, right? But when we are doing this, we are trying to look for this. We are actually already getting out of the flow state, right? Or sometimes we can just go, but it's a bit opposite, right? So the less you try to look for it, you are already on it. And if you look for it, sometimes you exit. You know what I mean? So for me, I was really reflecting about this. And what I realized is that I have a good idea. Imagine, I have a good idea. I don't know. And good ideas for me come a lot at night. So I need to go to sleep. So then I know them. So I don't execute it at the time. And then I don't prioritize doing them just the first thing in the morning, or, you know what I mean? Or the first spot available, I'll do this. No, I just put that to good time. You know what I mean? So then it passes time. And then guess what? I end up not doing it or postpone it too much. And then the vibe already left, like, and then actually the perfection was gone. You know what I mean? When I get towards the initial perfection, that's like time, chilled, then I'm not already synced in the vibe of the idea, on the energy of this idea, you know? I mean, I'm a different person. I'm in a different place. So then my idea doesn't match my energy. So then the perfection is actually gone. So I noticed that perfection is actually, for me, is actually try to just do it, you know? And when I do this in my life, the moments that I postpone the list and I try to act closer to the moment, first I get the stuff done, which is already an accomplishment, right? And then it gets done even better, you know what I mean? So yeah. So watch out especially with your wheel of inaction. You know, we are just moving this wheel too much, while we should be caring actually about the wheel of action, right? And they take you to opposite places, you know, and in the end, could break you. And yeah, I also think that we should follow the value. So now what I will try to apply, and guys, I might fail, and it's natural to fail. And then it's with failure, I truly believe it's with failure that we learn and that we can adapt and grow. So it's actually a good thing if I fail on this. But now, what I'll try to incorporate more and more in my life is to follow the value. So instead of following the easy task, right? The more, just because also complete a task gives you a good feeling, right? And it's especially for anxious people, I noticed that if I have this task in my head, I don't know, I just want to get rid of it because I don't know, I can forget it or it will just continue popping. I don't know. I just want to delete it, I don't know. Just try to find a way to keep it in a safe way that you won't forget. And, execute it later. There are things. The problem with life is that we execute earlier the things that don't really matter that much. And we postpone the really valuable ones. So it's a journey. It's actually sometimes very hard to do this opposite, but we need to follow much more the value. And sometimes we don't even know the values, right? So to follow the value, you need to know your values. And what are your values, right? Some people, I don't know, maybe they have a sense of value of their values, but they're not really sure what they are, right? Or they can name it, right? And so that's not automatic, right? But yeah, I can tell you that I really value fairness. It's super important to me. And when I feel something's not fair, it really triggers me. I'll say fairness, say kindness, super important. I like when someone is kind. I feel kindness. We should all be kind to each other, and there's no reasons not to be. And I think kindness should be like the standard, how you call should be the basics. Like kindness should just be. Let me just here. Kindness should just be the way. It's even weird to express this because I don't see any other way to treat another human being, that you are getting to know. Why wouldn't you be kind to another person, I think we need to incorporate more and more kindness into our lives. And kindness generates kindness. Also, as anger generates anger, and grumpiness generates grumpiness. So if you throw out the kindness, you also receive kindness, sometimes even from people that are not so kind, but you kind of unleash a bit, you bulb that light on them. So fairness, kindness, freedom. I think freedom is super important. Should I be free? Peace of mind, peace in your life. I think peace is, there's like, it's hard to tell a better feeling that feel yourself in peace, right? When you're in peace, there are no problems, that you feel grounded and you feel like super untouchable. You know what I mean? There's nothing that can bring you down. So peace is just a very strong foundation. And with that, you can go into so many directions, right? And then peace can open so many other doors and gates. Like, for example, I would say, it opens like a very good gate for creativity. If you're not in peace, it feels hard to access this gate of creativity. Or you can go through other routes, but for me, I feel peace is a very good one. So people access through anger, right? And also gets their good ideas and like these, like I say, breakup songs. And, I feel they don't come from a place of peace, right? And many movies and art comes from fucked up minds and chaos. I think a lot of things can come from chaos. You can build from chaos, but it also depends on you. I think I build more from peace. It's hard for me to build with chaos. If I'm in chaos, I'm not in building mode. Yeah. I need to restructure myself, ground a bit. Yeah, that's even a good question. So what do you do when you're in peace, right? And what do you do when you're not in peace, but in the good way? So for example, what do you do bad or wrong, or that you think someone in peace wouldn't do that? And what do you do when you are in chaos? Normally people wouldn't do it, or like it was like the reverse, so the yin yang, right? So what do you do that is bad or less peaceful when you're in peace? And what do you do when and chaotic that is actually more peaceful or constructive. You know what I mean? So see the destruction in your constructive side and see the constructive on your destructive. And once you find them, I think you can do a lot with it, right? And use them for your own good, right? Use them to construct and also maybe use to destruct what you don't need, right? Could also be interesting. So yeah, it's very, very, very powerful. Yeah, today, so it was very interesting. So we need to do a work on prioritization, right? Which I'm doing right now. And it is what it is, I think it's just a conversation, it's content. Yeah, and I think that's what we need in our lives. It's conversation, connection, reflection, and then, yeah, just sync with other human beings. You know what I mean? Just create out of pleasure and use for your own self. You know what I mean? So do it just to, I don't know, even use as a diary, a journaling, not a mental, but a processing mechanism. You know what I mean? That will be useful for you and for your community. And what's better than that, And then, I don't know, just like a hobby. Because I was having this conversation the other day. What's your thing? And I invite you to think, what's your thing? And I was thinking to myself, yeah, fuck, what's my thing? I have too many things. You know what I mean? So it's hard to choose one thing. And I also think we shouldn't get into that trap. I think it's normal to be, we are multicellular beings, right? We are very complex. So I think we shouldn't define us by, I'm a marketeer, I am a musician, I'm an artist, I'm a painter. No, you're so much more than that, right? So maybe you're better on that. And I also don't believe like jack of all trades, master of none. I truly don't believe this. And I think this was a seed incorporating in our societies that's actually rooting us. No, it's like, for example, we have these kind of clubs that are only one activity. It's like the book club, it's the running club, it's the theater club, it's the philosophical club. Why not have clubs that all these together in one? Because we are complex. You know what I mean? Why do we have unicellular clubs and activities and hobbies? I come with this idea, no, let's just fucking unite and create a club. It has sport things, mental things, connection, community, even food included, food sharing, everything. I think we should be more united. Oh, sorry. I even forgot how I came to this one. I'm sorry. Yeah, because we are. Yeah, this is a seed. Sorry. Woo! Long delay, right? This is a seed that was implemented in our society that we shouldn't do many things. In a way, it's correct, right? Watch out with your shoulder like me, right? But in a way, why not? We have multiple tastes. So just try to don't burn out yourself, but follow what you want and try them out. You know what I mean? I think we don't explore enough. We don't try enough new things. Because again, it requires this wheel of action, right? This heavy wheel of action. So yeah, I think it's good to be involved in this. So while I was thinking about this, what's my thing? Yeah, I decided there are many things I want to try. One of those was like creating these groups of sport and philosophy and everything. So I was like, I'll facilitate my job and just create one that's all of them. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think this question, what is your thing? Please don't let it define you, but what I mean is just try to find what you really value, what you really enjoy. And I think it can be a life journey because it seems so easy, right? It should be easy. It should be easy to know what we like to do. But in this panoply of options, it's like it's within us, so close and so far away sometimes, right? So like people want to change jobs, but they don't know to what. So many things, right? It's so interesting, right? It's like maybe what you need to do instead of it's so close, right? Maybe you need to get a wider perspective right from yourself and really sit with your thoughts. Like what you're doing right now, I think it will really help us to get clarity and to tune more, live more. I feel we should live with others and to others, but not forgetting the I. You know what I mean? Because we can live, I think it's very good to live for other people as well, like, but don't prioritize, right? You should prioritize you with the respect of the community, you know, and trying to add to the community. But really think on your time, on your attention, and prioritize those things and your health. Because that's, in the end of the day, it's not your mother, brother, family, friends that will hold your problems, right? And I truly believe that, yeah, it's just your time. Yeah, it's like an equation, right? It's about what you invest your time, your past experiences, your sleep, your health, your nutrition. It will determine the quality of your life. So you are the only one responsible for the quality of your life, and the one who takes the credits, the one who will suffer the consequences. So be very careful on your inputs, right? Your actions. Be very careful and mindful of your actions, because yeah, you also make other people suffer the consequence, not only you. So also please be mindful of that, but still have in mind that, yeah, like tomorrow you are a product of your actions today. So just trying to be aligned, and also don't put too much pressure on ourselves. I think sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves to be just do the right thing and always make the right decision, the right action, and that's already a lot, right? And what's right, what's wrong? I feel we need to also live more, right? But do mindful living, you know what I mean? I think you can actually do more by doing less. It's so paradoxical, right? Life can even be a bit crazy, right? So yeah, I think the key, guys, is literally to simplify things, make them more simple. Don't overthink them. Try to act as soon as possible, because the more time you put in between an action, the higher is the chance that you will not end up doing it. So just think, is it valuable to me? Will bring me value? Will I like doing it? And if so, try to prioritize it much more than other things that, yeah, are just things important, like groceries, clean the house or something, but they can literally be maybe done a bit later, depending, right? It's also not good, and also works. For example, cleaning the dishes. If you clean the dishes right after eating, it seems even easier and faster than just let it stay, right? So guys, timing is literally everything. And please, I invite you to follow me, right? To hear my thoughts, but also please tell me what you thought about it and what insights did this provoke you on you. I'm all ears and very curious, and I'm a very curious person. And please share it with me, and maybe even record yourself in a comfortable chair, sitting with your thoughts. It will be a big pleasure for me to just post it and share your comfortable thoughts. You know what I mean? Make your thoughts comfortable. Sit with them and let them go. And yeah, they are what they are. So it would be nice to do some thought spotting. Like, you know, when you're, thought watching, you know? Sit with your thoughts and do some thought watching. You know how comfortable it is just to watch birds, children, just very in the present, you know, just living. So I feel we should do that more with ourselves. And, you know, I'll be happy. I love to watch birds. I would love to watch your thoughts. It will be, you know, when I was trying to find out the hobby, I was like, I already have such a perfect hobby. Okay, it demands work, dedication, time, energy. But through that, it even relaxes me to be here. So this will be my hobby. I hope you like it. And if you don't, I'm fine, you know. friends anyways. Yeah, guys, just it. Please share your thoughts with me. I'll be very, very happy to see a recording on your most comfortable sharing your beautiful or more dark thoughts as well, please. Because I truly believe it's good to share what's enlightening us, but it's also amazing to share our shadows, what is bringing us down. And we can even learn much more from those, right? From failure, from hard, from difficulty, right? That's where we truly learn and evolve. So please, if you also have those, share with me. And if you agree, I'll share with the world. And yeah, one step at a time, guys. Please remember and keep it up.